Cool. So you kind of manipulate it to get the analog output. Okay. In the same way, if you are dimming up an LED, what you do, you just give it 1 volt here. I mean, sorry, logic 1 or 5 volts or 0 for 0 volts. Now, what you do another way is you're switching it on and off at a very fast rate that you kind of think it is just on for some time and it is dimmed up. Okay. Actually, it dims down because the current is limited and current is switching on and off, which is also limiting only. Okay, that is analog. I kind of think you people understood. If you don't know, please post no and no. That's it in the chat. Otherwise, you can unmute and you can ask the doubt also. Roshini, yes, you asked me to explain, so I kind of think you understood. Otherwise, I'll just go again and I'll just make sure I could give you in a better way. Please type yes or no in the chat box. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and just ask me directly. Okay, cool. Thank you. So that is analog and that is PWM. All the pins of the our node MCU are PWM. Okay, it is given GPIO, but they are PWM. They can be used as PWM. They can be used as digital. Digital is on and off. You are just switching it on and off. You are not controlling its brightness or you are not controlling its speed. If you control its brightness or speed, then the PWM comes into picture. Okay, cool. So that is what about Node MCU. Why are we using Node MCU? Because the Arduino, which is Atmega 328 IC, it cannot communicate with IoT, internet. So use Wi-Fi module to connect it to the internet, like ESP8266 module to connect it to the internet. So today what we'll do is we'll just set up what are the things needed to connect to internet. And again, I'll make you people install the Blinky and you people will control my device from your home. Okay. Anyone of here just installed the Blinky? I mean, anyone installed Blinky app here? I just told in the first day that, okay, you need to people install Blinky. If you did not install, please go to Play Store and install BLYNK, Blink. Okay, did anyone install? If anyone installed, please say yes in the chat box, or you people can unmute yourself and just ask. No problem, not an issue. Please type anyone yes or no in the chat box. I will also take. Let me do one thing. I'll just take you through the installation. Okay, you people installed Blinky. Okay, cool. Okay, no sir. Okay, no problem, buddy. I'll just take anyway. I'll just take it to your installation. It's better. I think you people can see my mobile phone screen. Okay. First, we need to go to the Play Store. And type Blink. Okay. I already installed it, so I'm just getting this way. Let me open the Blink. I already made a project. What I'll do is I'll make a new project for you people. Okay. This is what you're going to screen. I mean, this screen you're going to get when you install it. Okay. First, you'll go to new project. And it's not ESP8266. You need to select Node MCU. Why Node MCU? I know this is an ESP8266 chip, but Node MCU is a module. This little thing is basically called as Node MCU. I told you ESP8266 because this have a Wi-Fi module called ESP8266 and Atmega 328 IC, which is an Arduino IC. The Arduino had the same IC. So these two are integrated and put it inside one chipset, which is called as Node MCU. Okay. So today we'll be installing Node MCU. 1 second. Can you people see my phone? Please type in chat box that yes or no. Yes, cool. Thank you. Okay, you can see my Android screen. Okay. First, you need to select here Node MCU. Okay, this one you can see here. So click on OK. Okay, the node MCU is selected. I'm what we'll make first project. Okay, give your project some name, random name. Just this project, and I'll take create. Okay, it is saying that you got an authentication token to your mail. Okay, in the same way you'll get this authentication token, which is very important. Okay, I'll just tell you the importance of the authentication token in just few minutes. Okay, okay, this is my project menu which is created. Now I'll just stop sharing and I'll show you where how to use that authentication token to connect to internet. Okay, okay. Can you people see my laptop screen? I mean, if you can type yes or no, that would be great. I think yeah, you can see. Okay, cool. I'll just take you to my mail. Okay, this is my mail ID. You can see this authentication token that Blinky sent me. So Blinky is basically a cloud where it helps beginners to just start up with IoT. Okay, this is a cloud which is like somewhat free and somewhat paid. Okay, you can see it in my app. You can see it in your app that somewhat it is paid. It will be given that the charge is limited. That means you can't use it for lifelong, but like bigger purposes, like if you are trying it to make it commercial or like a corporate level, so you can't use it. Okay, you need to make your own server. That we'll be learning at in 2 days. Okay, in 2 days we'll be making our own server and pubbing and subbing some values. Okay, getting to this is the authentication token that you should never give to anyone, so that not others could seek in and just control your device. Authentication token is a secret code that you need to handle, and it helps you to connect to your nodal device. Nodal device means, in our IoT term, nodal device means your microcontroller or microprocessor. Okay, cool. Did you understand this thing still here? If you can understand, just type in Y or S in the chat box. Guys, anyone just uh, type in yes or no. If you couldn't understand, I'll just go through it again, no problem. Yeah, I'll tell you. We got this authentication token, right? This is the setup that, look, let me go to the paint and just explain you. Okay, this is your node MCU. Let's take it, this is your node MCU. Okay, I should tell you once again. Okay, which is the point? Rohit, can you once unmute your mic and just tell which point did you understand? You did not understand.
Sir, can you hear my voice?
Yeah, clear. Yeah, buddy.
Sir, what is the difference between that Arduino and Node MCU? And these all are your type painting, right?
Yes,
Signals.
yes, bro. Look, consider this box is Arduino. Okay. Okay, cool. Arduino is like, look, it is a microcontroller. Okay, it can, for example, you are making a board, like you are making a gesture control board. Let's take it gesture control board. Okay, you are just running 4 motors here like this. Sorry for my drawing, but I think the concept is more important. Okay, you're controlling 4 motors using Arduino. Okay, how will you do it? You will use your computer and send values from serial monitor to Arduino and just control this board. You can't carry your computer wherever your board goes, right? You need to make it, however, wireless. Okay, how do you do wireless? You add this, you Arduino, a wireless communication device, anything. maybe using serial communication, you can use Bluetooth. Okay, Bluetooth, shortly I'll call it BT. Okay, Bluetooth, or you'll connect it to Wi-Fi. Okay, what is the need, what is the advantage that you're getting out of this thing, adding Wi-Fi? Bluetooth has some range, maybe just max Bluetooth range is like 1 kilometer, maybe 1 kilometer also you don't get any Bluetooth, I guess. Some 100 meters or 200 meters you'll get Bluetooth. If you're using Wi-Fi, you can control my device being at your home, which we are going to do it in few minutes. We'll just do it. Okay, you will just add this Arduino, a Wi-Fi module. Okay, let's take it VWF, it's Wi-Fi module. Okay, WFI, Wi-Fi module. So we'll add a Wi-Fi module. So this Wi-Fi module will be connected to any of the cloud. Okay. Okay. Any of the cloud, and this cloud will be connected to your mobile phone. Okay, this is what happening will be happen in Blinky. Okay. Okay, this is your mobile phone. Okay, this mobile phone will send values to the cloud, and cloud will send values to the Arduino. Okay, this is what we are doing. This node MCU is nothing, not like very bigger thing, but they have integrated the bigger size of the Arduino Uno into a smaller chipset called as node MCU, and added a additional feature called as Wi-Fi module. Of course, Arduino has its own advantages. Arduino has its own advantages. It has more analog pins, and it has reverse polarity protection and many other things. Okay, which node MCU don't have. They just spoil easily, so we can't operate this on more currents because it doesn't produce more currents. Also, it just gives 100 milliamps as output, which is very less. Okay, and its output is also 3.3 volts, but Arduino works on 5 volts, which is very good. Okay, this is the difference. Like, you connect your Wi-Fi to the cloud. The cloud will send values to anywhere. Okay, of the bisection way. For example, there is an other node MCU here. You can make one node MCU communicate with other node MCU through this cloud. Okay, I'll just clear this because it looks clumsy. I don't say what. Okay. Okay, these are the two types of communications we are going to do in our session. Okay, this is one node MCU. I think the point of node MCU is clear. Rohit, good. Okay, you have two node MCUs. Okay, now what will you do if you want to communicate between each other? Simple. You will just make a cloud. You had a cloud here. You will send values to the cloud, and cloud will send values to node MCU. In the same way, this node MCU will send the values to cloud, and cloud will send values to node MCU. Okay, if people don't know what is cloud and what is server, don't panic. Cloud server is nothing but you are just hosting from your device. Like anything to store data, it needs a hardware, right? It need a RAM to store data. Cloud is something you just push the values in the internet. The internet is going to take care of its space. Okay, it will take care of the space, and it will just give you some space also. You will just publish the values into the internet. You'll just, whenever you want, you'll just download the values. Okay, you'll upload the values, you'll just download the values. It is in the same way in the WhatsApp that you do. 1 second, guys. Someone's came. In the internet, you do the same thing. Like you send a WhatsApp message or WhatsApp image to your friend, and your friend download it, right? In the same way, these two things are going to communicate using the cloud. Think this cloud as WhatsApp. Okay, it's sending some value to the WhatsApp. This boy is downloading the values. Okay, I think till here the thing is clear. If it's clear, just type yes. Yes. For the wireless purpose, we need to use Blinky, or matlab not only wireless. Like if you want to use Wi-Fi, you should use Blinky. Okay, you kind of should use Blinky or cloud. Okay, we'll just make our own cloud, not cloud server, in few days. Okay. Okay, Blinky is just helps you for the beginners. Okay, now I want any other person who downloaded Blinky app to just screen share. I'll just stop my screen share. Just use screen share, buddy. Someone, anyone downloaded the Blinky software? Someone, anyone, no problem. Guys, am I audible to you? Yeah. You people can screen share so that I could make things with you. Okay, no problem. I'll do it. No problem. Okay, can you all see my screen? If yes, post yes in the chat box. Yes. Thank you, Roshini. Uh, okay, I'll just open my Blinky app first. Okay, this is the project that I have created called as first project, right? So what I'll do is I'll just connect my Blinky to Arduino. How I'll communicate? Look, I'll just add a new button first. Okay, what does this button do? Press on this button and look, all the pins present in Node MCU are present here. Okay, all the digital pins. It is written called PWM because all the digital pins of the Node MCU can be used as digital as well as PWM. Okay, so these all are digital pins. They can be used. Okay, I kind of think you people are understanding this thing. I mean, okay, I'm just assuming it. Okay, cool. All the pins are digital. I'll use D1 for now for test purpose. Okay, now what you'll do is, now what we will do is we will be sending some values from the Blinky to the Blinky cloud. Okay, if you press here, I mean, if you're pubbing some values from here, the values will be updated in the Blinky cloud. From that Blinky cloud, we will take it and put it in the Node MCU. Okay, cool. Let me, you can label it anyway. You can, I mean, whatever you like. Okay, I'll label it like off and on. Anything you can label. And it has two options called as push or switch. Okay, there are two types of switches that we know, that is push button and normal switch. Normal switch, what happens is once if you press it, it will stay in that state. Okay, if you press on, it will be in the one state. That means it will give output of 5 volts. Okay, if you select push button, unless you doesn't press it, keep pressing it, it doesn't give 5 volts as output. When you remove pressing, when you're not pressing it, it will just give 0 volts. Okay, is this clear? uh, if it's clear, just y or yes in the chat box. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Rohit. Okay, cool. So till here it's clear, right? So now we have a button called as D1. I'm using the D1 button in the Node MCU. Don't worry, the setup is not yet done. You people are just making the app ready. Now you need to make the hardware ready and we need to sync both of them. Okay. So now what we'll do is I'll just run this. You have this switch, this button. You can click on this. This will run. Okay. You can see now the red indication is coming here. Why the red indication is coming is the board has not connected to the Blinky. Our board, the Node MCU board, is not connected to the Blinky cloud. Okay, even when we don't communicate or the video, it disconnects or it is not connected, it will show this indication telling that your device is not connected. Okay, when you click on the switch which is present on the right corner, it will stop. Again, if you want to start it, you can press on the switch which is present on the right corner, on. Okay, now the app configuration is done. We configured our app. We need to configure our hardware to work. Okay, we need to configure our hardware to work. Okay, now I'll just screen share my laptop and just we'll make the Node MCU ready. Okay, now what we'll do is okay, initially we'll just install some libraries first before getting in directly into code. We'll just install some libraries. I'll just give you the guide to install also. I'll just post it in our WhatsApp group, don't worry. I'll just open first Arduino IDE. This is Arduino IDE. I think these many days you people are doing in Tinkercad. I need to give a brief description about Arduino IDE. If yes, just give yes. Otherwise, if you people are already familiar with Arduino IDE, then I'll just straight away go. Anyone please ping no or yes. Maybe Roshini or Rohit, these people are responding. So anyone of you both. Okay, tell me once. Cool. Um, I'll just open new tab and I'll just see. Okay. The Arduino IDE consists of two sections. This section is called as setup section and this is called as loop section. Okay. In the setup section, whatever you write, it will just execute for the one time. Okay. For example, what you do here, the pins declaration. I'll tell you what is the pins declaration means. Okay, I wrote pin mode. Okay, what is this pin mode means? It will declare the pin as output or input, because if you're taking some input from the actuator or sensor, then you write input here. For example, I'm just taking input from D1 pin, so I'll write input here. So what it will do is it will take as input. Okay, this D0 pin, it will take input from the D1 pin. For example, okay, you are making a touch sensor. Okay, I just heard you people know touch sensor in the last class. I think last year before that class, Rohit said about it. So what does this touch sensor give? You just touch it. It gives you 5 volts as input. Okay, you take that 5 volts input and you do operations whatever you like. In our phones also, it consists of high sensitive touch sensors. Okay, when you click on any other one place, it takes this as input and it feeds to the microcontroller and just says that okay, he's touching here, he's touching here in the manner. Okay, so that is input. If you want to give output, like you want to drive a motor, so you give 5 volts to that motor to switch on, so that is called as output. So here you declare in mode and D2 as output. So this declares the one of the digital pin. This is D1, this is digital pin 1, and this is D2, which is digital pin 2. So D1 is as input. This will take only input. This is not going to give any output. It will just wait for the input. Okay, give me some input. Okay, 5 volts or some voltage, and I will just operate on it. Or give me some signal so that I could operate on it. For example, you want to send some signal from Blinky to this. Not Blinky. Okay, Blinky is a cloud-based platform, so it's like different. Take it Bluetooth. Okay, you're just taking some input from the Bluetooth. So here you'll write input. If you're just giving output to the Bluetooth to communicate with other device. Like you're just giving output to Bluetooth and you just write here output. Not only Bluetooth, any device. If you want to give 5 volts, then you write as output. Okay, got it. If you get it, yeah, just type yes. You understood the setup section, right? You're going to declare the pins. That's it. If it is output pin, yeah, input pin. Cool. Okay, and this section before the setup section, here do you declare all your pins. Okay, in C language we have global declaration, right? The thing that you declare here is same across the program, right? So in the same way, if you got in like take int a equals 10, then this value 10 remains same for the whole section, the setup and the loop section. Okay. Okay, now we are done with the global declaration section and the setup section. Now we'll go to the loop section. The main logic, what you're going to write in CSC, what we do CSC called like C coding or Python coding, we say logic. Here we do the hardware descriptions. I mean hardware interrupts. We give interrupts from here. Okay, just leave about the technical words. Just think that what is the logic that you're going to write here. Okay, if you want to switch on an LED, let's take you're going to switch on an LED. So you'll write here. Sorry for that. A digital write. We have declared here D2 pin as output, right? So it gives out 5 volts here. Okay, D0 pin. So it is output. So it will give 5 volts output. I'll write D2 as high. What is this high mean? High means it is going to give 5 volts as output. But if you write here analog write means it will activate the PWM. Okay, analog write, and if you write high, it will defaultly give the value. Will defaultly give the value 255, or sometimes for according to the controller it might give 1024 also, because some are 2 power of 10. I mean, it's the difference between the bits. Okay, so you need to vary it here. When you write analog, you need to vary between 255. Yeah, for some controllers it is like 1024. Okay, these are the analog values from 0 to different values. Okay, I'll just explain the analog tomorrow. I mean, when we do ThinkSpeak, we mostly deal with analog. So I'll just tell you what are the values, how to, I mean, I'll just tell the mathematical calculation also, how to just assume that if this is this many bits of processor, the what is the analog value it's going to have, and we will going to derive the slope equation also. Okay, this is like, these are here in the setup section, we just declare the pins, and here we write the logic. Okay, and in the loop section, whatever you like, it's like an infinite loop. You write like here, right? You'll write while 1. You write like this. What happens here? Whatever, this is an infinite loop, right? Or you write while is equal to true, right? In C or C++, you write in this way for an infinite loop. The same thing happens here. When you write it in the loop, it's an infinite loop. It just happens again and again, again and again. It keeps on happening. Okay. If you want to have something like you want to switch on an LED and switch off it immediately, then you write it in the setup section. If you wanted to keep it on and you want it to happen it infinitely, for example, you have biometrics at your college, right? You go near the biometric, you press your Aadhaar card number or your CT number or something. You just put your fingerprint or biometric and you just come back. Okay, what happens? Does it expect anyone to come and on again? No, it just goes into an infinite loop. It comes, it asks you for the input. If you give input, no, again it asks for the input, again it asks for the input. It goes into an infinite loop. When you give an input, then you give an thumb impression, and then it finishes the task, and again it goes to the back to the same state, right? So this is called as these are the applications. The infinite loop is really very used in IoT and robotics. Okay, I think you people are clear with this part. If yes, please ping yes. Okay, thank you. So this is the basics about this art. I mean, the IDE, and the next thing you need to learn just basic is, okay, sorry guys, I just got a message. Okay, here these are the boards. Okay, these are all the board section. Here you can select all the boards which you want. These are all the boards which are available, like Arduino, Linardino, something, Arduino, Genuine, Nano, yeah, some different boards. I basically use Node MCU. I also use Arduino for some purposes where I need to control sensors and actuators. Arduino is really good at controlling sensors and actuators, but it is really bad at controlling, I mean, at server purposes. Okay, when you want to host a server, when you want to work with server, it's really bad. So I use combination with Node MCU and Arduino to make sure the system, the product that I develop is really good. Okay, first, when you go to tools and you go to boards, you get all the boards which are there. Okay, and if you go to, this is called serial plotter, we'll use this also. Serial monitor, we'll use it very widely because serial monitor helps you to understand the state of the microcontroller, and also to see the inputs that microcontroller is getting, and to print the outputs that microcontroller is giving to some actuator, some outputs or inputs. You want to see those, so you can use the serial monitor. Or you're getting some value to the Node MCU from some Bluetooth module or something, so you see it here in the serial monitor. Okay, this is the whole thing. And now let's go to the setup section. What we need to make sure in the Arduino IDE, so that you can program Node MCU, not only Arduino. Okay, this thing is clear. This boards thing is. If yes, click on, I mean, type yes or Y. Thank you, cool. Okay. So here, first what you do is you go to board section. Okay, before going to board section, what you need to do is, one second. Sorry for this. My laptop is just Pentium, so it's a bit slow. Okay. First, you need to go to files. One second, huh? Games. 1 second. It's really slow. First, you go to files and you go to preferences. Okay, here in the preferences, you need to paste this link. This link you'll get in Google also. Don't worry. I'll just give it for you people in the chat box and even in the WhatsApp group also. Okay, just give it in chat box. You people can copy it from here, or I'll just paste it in WhatsApp group also to assume you people would get it. Okay, you go to preferences and just copy that link here. I mean, the link that I gave, you just paste it here, and then you go to tools, board. Don't worry, this manual, the whole thing, I'll just give it to you PDF. I'll give it to you a PDF which contains all this thing, so that you could go it again. Okay, I'll just doing it because you people don't find it difficult. You'll just get this like downloading platform index. That means it is going to download all the boards which are present from the internet. So you need an internet connection to do this thing. Okay. You can type it here, node MCU, or you can type ESP8266. The same thing comes. Okay. ESP8266. Okay. You get this. I mean, you will get here like install. You'll get. I already installed, so I'm just getting remove. You'll get ESP8266 by ESP8266 community or something. It is already installed for me. For you, it will come like install. You'll just click on it. It's interactive. It's so easy. Okay, you can install it. Like sometimes few people get it here. Like you can install it. Okay. This is the board setup that you need to go. And again, we need to download some libraries also. Okay, what are libraries? Nothing. Libraries are the thing. They are pre-written codes. Okay, they will be written by others so that when you do these repeated tasks again and again, you won't mess up all with these things. Like you are connecting this node MCU to the server or internet. Okay, you connect you when you pop data or you are taking some data, you always do the same thing, right? You just connect it to the internet, you just push some data. So when you're doing the same thing again and again, there's no point in just making it from the scratch. So they had made some libraries so that you could import them into your code and use it more flexible. Okay. Now you go to library section. You go to here, manage library, or you can click Control Shift and I also to get into that. 1 second, it will just open. I'll just there are two more libraries that we need to install. After that, we'll just do one project and end up this section today. Okay. Sorry if the section would become so long. I don't think it is long. Yeah, it is just. I'm assuming that you people have understood this part. Okay, until then, you people understood? If yes, please bring yes or okay or something. Thank you. Okay, here you need to type Blinky. Okay. Guys, if anyone have not installed the Blinky from the Play Store, please install it now, because I wanted you people to do this project. So I mean, you will pub some values from your home, sitting at your home, and my hardware will respond accordingly. Okay. This is what we are going to do today also. From tomorrow also, we'll do the same thing. You people will be hosting the servers, and I mean, I will teach you. Don't worry, I'll just teach you how to just like host all the servers, and you people will be hosting the servers, and my hardware will be responding accordingly. Sorry for my laptop, it is a bit slow. It's Pentium. So okay, but the screen is not clear to see. Okay, you can't see my screen here. Library, like it's a bit dully. I just kept it in the maximum resolution. I just kept it in the maximum resolution here. I suggest you people to go here in the video section and change it to, I mean, to 720 high definition so that you could get good clarity. Is it okay, buddy? Rohit? Buddy, just respond everything. Okay, cool. Okay, you can go here and you can install all the Blinky. I just installed here this thing. You just install the same thing here. I'll just, Rohit, don't worry. If you don't see the screen clearly, I'll just provide you the PDFs. I'm also recording the video, so you can see it on the YouTube also. And I'll just provide you the PDFs also, which has clear description what to click and what to install. Okay. Cool. Okay, you need to install this Blinky. Okay, this is the task we are done now. These are the installation processes you need to do. Now you have set up your Arduino IDE also. Now we'll just go into the coding and we'll do the code. Okay. This is the code that you people need to do. And I'll just provide this code also in the WhatsApp. Okay, what is this first line mean? Okay, these are the libraries that you need to include. As this is the connectivity part, it has more libraries. And from tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll use all these libraries and we'll be coding like you people had done in it in Tinkercad, right? Like you have interfaced ultrasonics, you have interfaced touch modules and different kind of stuff. So we'll kind of try to do all those things and operate them wirelessly. Okay, this is the connectivity part. You can even get this code in hackstar.io or circuito.io. Both those websites have this codes. Don't worry, I'll just provide the code so that you could not find or search for those. Okay, there are three libraries that you need to include. Blinky Serial or ESP8266, which is a Wi-Fi module library, and Blinky and Simple 8266. What does this do is, this interfaces the Blinky and your Node MCU or ESP8266 module together. Got it? Okay, cool. And next, this authentication token. Okay, now coming to the question of Rohit, he asked, why do we need this authentication token? Okay, I'll just go to this paint and I'll just explain you people. Just give me 1 second. I'll connect my mouse so that you will get clarity. So here you had a Node MCU, right? Excuse me. And you have another Node MCU. Let's think. If they are easy students here, they might understand this thing in a better way. Even though no problem, I'll just make you people understand the best way I know it. Okay. Okay, there are two channels. Let's take it. This is one channel and this is one channel. Okay, you're transmitting data. What happens if these both have the same channel to transmit data? Okay, this X person can look at the data that this boy is transmitting. Okay, and this Y person can look at this data which X person is transmitting. Assume that we all are using the same WhatsApp account, and what I am chatting you can see, and what you are chatting I can see. Does this show any reliability? And this is madness, complete madness, right? Everyone can take the data of others. So what does Blinky do is it gives an authentication token. So it gives different channels, different frequency. This is also called as FDM. It's called as frequency division multiplexing. If EC students they might know this. Okay, this is called FDM because it's called a frequency division multiplexing. They also do channel division multiplexing using frequency. So I'm not getting into the technical part. I'm not going to bluff it. So this Node MCU is going to transmit data with one authentication token. An authentication token is unique for everyone. Okay, this node MCU is going to transmit data with another authentication token. Okay, they both are unique for these two things. I mean, this both channels. Okay, this is going to transmit with one authentication token, and this is going to transmit with another authentication token. So what happens is everyone data is secured and everyone data is unique, and they have their own channel to transmit data to the cloud. Okay, this is what is the use of authentication token. Rohit, did you get the point? Oh, Venkata, Rohit, right? Yeah. But if you get, did you understand? Ha, cool. Next, SSID password. So why do we use this thing? Okay, next, I'll just go again here. Open the new one. So, yeah. So this is a node MCU. You have an authentication token to transmit data, but you have to have some way to connect to internet, right? So you have the SSID password. You need to give the SSID password of your Wi-Fi router. So what this do is this connects to your Wi-Fi router. This node MCU. This is node MCU. Just take it, node MCU. Generally, in IoT terms, the actuators or the microcontrollers are generally termed as nodal devices. So it's a technical way to call nodal devices. So this is your Wi-Fi router. Okay, this Wi-Fi router gets connected to the cloud. Okay, your app is also connected to the cloud. This is your app, your phone. Assume you have a Wi-Fi router here also, no problem. Sometimes your phone gets communicated through Wi-Fi router, right? Now my phone is powered using, is given data using Wi-Fi router. Okay. Okay, or you can use your mobile data also, no problem. So this part is like individual. That's your part. It's your coin. You can do anything. So this node MCU communicates through this Wi-Fi module and sends data through this channel, which is called as authentication token, through this channel to the Blinky cloud. Sorry, and that will be delivered to the app. Today in Blinky, we are not going to do this type of communication. We will be doing this type of communication. What happens is this app will give data, will take a channel like Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi router, and publish data to this cloud. And this cloud will be take this data and send it to your node MCU. Okay. To establish this connection, you both this app and your Wi-Fi router should be connected to the same cloud, right? So that cloud is Blinky. Okay, Blinky cloud. So this will transmit data to the app, and app will transmit data to the node MCU. This part is clear. Till this part, is everything clear, or anyone have any doubts? You can unmute your mic and always speak. Not in a chat box. You can unmute your mic and speak. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the connectivity part. I just gave my SSID password and blinky.begin. What does this do is this will use the channel that is authentication token, and it will connect to SSID password and send data to the Blinky cloud. Okay, this blinky.run, this will be kept in wide loop. These are the predefined commands of the Blinky. Okay, this is not that you're going to write from scratch because these are already available. So we want to use this, and from tomorrow we'll extend this thing to a higher level because today is just setup part. So we're not going to go more in depth. Okay, this blinky.run will run the Blinky cloud. Okay, what it will do is it will keep on connecting to this. It will be keep on sending values to the Blinky cloud. Okay, you need to only connect once to the Wi-Fi router. So for example, you have connected your node MCU to your local Wi-Fi using this thing. So this SSID password will connect to the Wi-Fi. So it is connected. Pretty cool. Okay, it is connected, and it has some authentication token. It is also okay. It is also connected. It's very good. So you don't connect it again and again, right? You connect it once and use the channel to send data again and again. Okay, so you just connect once. So these both are in setup section. Okay, what is the serial.begin? If any you people know what is serial.begin, if you don't know, I'll just tell, because this is the thing which will be covered, it should be covered in the old sessions. Yes or no? Okay, why this SSID we all mentioned in the code. Cool. Okay, you need to tell the node MCU to connect to which Wi-Fi, right? Okay, you might have multiple Wi-Fi's beside your house. So you need to tell the node MCU that, okay, this is my Wi-Fi, Act FiberNet. So this is Act, okay, you just connect to my Act account and this is my password. So just connect it. If you don't have any password, just put it blank. Okay, blank. Since that means it has no password, you just connect it. It's open Wi-Fi. Okay, this SSID password, what will do it is it will just connect to your Wi-Fi and make some medium to update the values in the cloud, which is called Blinky Cloud. Okay, did you understand this, Rohit? Yes, this code we'll upload to the, we'll just upload this to the node MCU. Yeah, correct. So this will run it. Okay, now let's upload this code to the node MCU. And okay, I need audience poll. Should we continue this tomorrow? Yeah, we'll just do it today. Is the class, I mean, if the class is getting boring, I mean, too long or boring, we'll just upload this and I will just pop some values from my app and my node MC will communicate with that. Will we do it today or tomorrow? Audience poll, yeah. Say if today, just say yes. If tomorrow, just say no. No problem. Arey, we'll just do it tomorrow. No problem. Matlab, if you are tomorrow, cool. Okay, we'll just do it tomorrow. No, okay, we'll just do it tomorrow. No problem. I'll just tell you what to do. Okay. Okay, cool. If the class is getting boring and theoretical, only today it's going to be theoretical. From tomorrow, it will be interactive and practical. Okay. Because today you people need to know what is a setup section and there are many prerequisites for understanding the IoT part. Okay. Okay, you need to just paste it here and upload and communicate with your app. Okay, the app that I made. Okay, let's do one thing. I'll just show you people how just LED communicates, and from tomorrow we'll just do multi communication. Okay, because I have very less time to do all these things. Okay, is it okay? Yes or no? Okay, he's left. Someone is left. Okay, okay, we'll do it tomorrow. Don't worry. Cool. Thank you for the session. Okay, and I want someone like, anyone have doubts, they can stay and others can like leave the session. Anyone have doubts, they can stay and others can leave the session. Oh, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Attendance. Okay, sorry. People have attendance, right? Just give me a second. I'll just stop recording this thing.